Trippie Redd has just been hit with a life sentence for the murder of 6ix9ine's girlfriend. And honestly, the streets aren't surprised one bit. People been saying for years that Trippie was stalking and threatening Tekashi's family, and now the rumors turned into reality.
No, we definitely got footage at this mom crib. She live in building 18 out here.
But the big question is, how did cops tie him directly to the hit? The answer will shake you, because once you see how it all went down, it becomes clear this wasn't random at all. It was personal. August 17th, 2025. That's the day the rap game lost whatever innocence it had left. That morning, tragedy turned the culture upside down. Ariela Lango Maya Polanco, a 29-year-old Dominican beauty and bartender, was discovered slumped inside a luxury black Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon on the Cross County Parkway in Mount Vernon, New York. And listen, it wasn't just another crime scene. This wasn't some random bystander getting caught up. Ariela was connected to one of the most controversial figures in hip-hop history, Tekashi 6ix9ine. And what happened to her exposed just how dark, how ruthless, and how unforgiving this rap beef really was. Picture it, early morning, around 8 a.m., police respond thinking it's just a broken down car. But as soon as they approach, they realize they're standing in the middle of a straight-up murder scene. Ariela's body was sprawled inside the whip, riddled with multiple gunshot wounds. The Benz was shredded with bullet holes. The driver's side glass shattered into pieces. Westchester County Police didn't mince words. They said she was targeted. No accident, no stray. And when the FBI stepped in alongside local police, that was the sign. This was tied to something bigger, something that smelled like organized crime.
Tekashi 6ix9ine ex-girlfriend or side chick or whatever kind of relationship they got, but they had a relationship, even though I don't think they like boyfriend, girlfriend, but I do think they got a relationship. She was shot and killed in New York, I believe yesterday, the other day, leaving outside of the club, sitting in her car, a gunman murdered her. You know, some people believe she was the intended target.
Now here's what makes this story even colder. Ariela wasn't just some random woman in the wrong place at the wrong time. She was a boss in her own right, a woman who built an online empire from scratch, pulling in over 550,000 followers on Instagram. Ariela had the influencer game on lock. She wasn't just another pretty face, she was running things. She held down a bartending spot at Icon, New York, one of Manhattan's hottest clubs where high rollers, rappers, and celebrities came to flex. She was also a familiar face in 6ix9ine, but here's the coldest part. Just hours before her death, Ariela was posting on her Instagram story from Icon, sipping, laughing, vibing with her people. She looked like she was living her best life and had no idea she was about to catch them slugs. Imagine going from party mode to body bag in the same night. That's a nightmare only the streets could write. When the news dropped, the entire hip-hop world was thrown into chaos. Shock, grief, disbelief. Everyone felt it. But the most shocking reaction came from Tekashi himself. The rainbow-haired snitch, government name Daniel Hernandez, broke character in a way nobody expected. For years, Tekashi always kept his women in the shadows. But this time, he went public with his pain. On Instagram, he called Ariela a tremendous woman with the most beautiful heart. And for the first time ever, he publicly claimed her as his. Think about that. A man who built his image on secrecy and trolling, suddenly pouring his heart out online because the one person he really loved got murdered execution style. That post was raw, emotional, and unlike anything fans had ever seen from him.
Is the female. We've seen Cardi B post her, yes. We've seen Cardi B post her. We've seen 6ix9ine post her. We've seen the blogs post her. This is somebody of some type of relevance in this loop that you people love so much. Yes, and one thing I want people to look at this, right? Look, pay attention.
And Tekashi wasn't the only one. Tributes poured in from Icon New York, Starlets, Opus Lounge, and even Cardi B chimed in, calling Ariela a proud Dominican beauty. Every nightlife spot she touched said the same thing. She had an energy that lit up every room. But while the love poured in, the whispers started spreading. The hood wasn't buying that this was random. All fingers were pointing in the same direction. And it wasn't pretty. The streets started saying Ariela's murder was connected to 6ix9ine. Some even swore she got hit as straight payback for Tekashi and that he was supposed to be in the whip when the shooters pulled up. And let's keep it real. 6ix9ine, his 2019 cooperation with the feds in the 9 Trey Bloods RICO case earned him the Snitch label in every hood in America. Mix that with his constant loudmouth trolling, and it's no wonder damn near every respected artist wanted smoke with him. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because what comes next will show you exactly how Trippie Redd went from being Tekashi's closest collaborator to the #1 suspect in a murder that rocked hip-hop to its core. Out of all the beefs Tekashi had, none was more personal, more bitter, or more dangerous than his war with Trippie Redd, real name Michael Lamar White IV. Crazy thing is, they used to be close. Back in 2017, Trippie and 6ix9ine were day one homies, working side by side on tracks like Pole's 1469 in April and OEE in July, both under Strange Entertainment during the peak of the SoundCloud wave. For Trippie, those collabs were part of his come-up. For 6ix9ine, it was his way into the game. Their chemistry was undeniable, and fans thought they were about to be a legendary duo. But brotherhood, that bond shattered quick, and what followed turned into one of the nastiest, most personal rap beefs of modern history. The first cracks showed in August 2017, when old allegations resurfaced about Tekashi's 2015 legal case involving a minor. A Twitter account blasted the details, and Trippie wasn't having it. He hopped on Instagram with a now-deleted video and said it loud, 1,400 don't promote pedophiles. With that, he cut ties and declared war. No more collabs. This was blood bad. From there, things escalated fast. On November 11th, 2017, Trippie got jumped at a New York hotel by one of Tekashi's shooters. He went live right after, face swollen, cursing out Tekashi and calling him every name in the book, weirdo, rapist, and more. And here's the wildest part. Tekashi himself later admitted in his 2019 federal trial that he ordered that attack. Why? Because he was salty Trippie got signed to their label first. 2018 was all-out war. They were on social media every week, throwing shots, dropping disses, and trying to one-up each other. Trippie fired off I Kill People featuring Chief Keef and Tado, a direct slap at Tekashi. But what really had the internet in a chokehold were their Instagram live battles. Millions tuned in just to watch two dudes spit pure hatred into the camera, daring the other to cross the line.
My dad, honey, what are you talking about?
What up, bloody?
Who you talking about, bro?
What you mean what I'm talking about?
What dad homies you talking about?
Nigga, all your dad homies, nigga. I don't give a who I'm talking about. All them niggas. Fuck
Who you talking about?
You
Who you
ain't your
talking
dad
about?
homies. What are you talking about? I'm
You
gangster
mad?
like that. I'm gangster like that.
Oh, you gangster.
You know I'm gangster like that.
Where you at?
I'm in Brooklyn. Me where I'm at. I'm in Brooklyn. Nigga. Where I'm
All right,
at.
say less. Stay in Brooklyn.
I'ma stay in Brooklyn.
All right, bet. Say less. We on the way.
Yo, Trippie, listen.
We on the
Michael
way.
White.
Fuck.
Michael.
And cross the line they did. This wasn't regular rap beef anymore. This was personal. This was street-level animosity. And Tekashi showed it when he said the unthinkable. F your dead homies. In hood culture, that's the ultimate disrespect. That's basically calling for war. Everybody knew then. This wasn't music. This was murder talk.
All right, say less. Stay in Brooklyn.
I'ma stay in Brooklyn, nigga.
All right, bet. Say less. We on the way.
Yo, Trippie, listen.
We on the
Michael
way.
White.
Fuck.
Michael. You and your dad homies, nigga. Fuck. Oh, I'm talking about nigga, stay there, nigga. Of course I'm gonna stay here, nigga. Motherfucker and your dad homies. What you think, I'm pussy? You and your dad homies. Nigga.
And it didn't stay talk. In federal court, Tekashi testified that his crew stalked Trippie from a video shoot to his hotel, where Anthony Harv Ellison punched him in the mouth. That proved what the streets already knew. This beef had crossed from words to fists, and both sides were willing to spill blood. Then came the women. In September 2018, Tekashi posted videos with Trippie's ex, Alec Dahl, flaunting her to clown him publicly. It was calculated humiliation. The love triangle drama only got uglier in June 2020, right after Tekashi came home from prison. Alec herself posted old footage of her in bed with Tekashi, while his ex-manager Shotty snapped pics. It was the kind of toxic, twisted flex designed to eat Trippie alive. By this point, the beef had mutated into something darker: betrayal, violence, revenge. And when you look back at everything that went down, it almost feels like Ariella's murder was the inevitable climax of a feud that was spiraling out of control. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because next, I'm breaking down how Trippie's obsession turned even darker, with threats against Tekashi's family that crossed lines nobody thought he'd ever go near. When 6ix9ine got out the pen in April 2020, he wasted no time trolling Trippie again. The psychological warfare between these two wasn't just music, it was mind games that kept getting darker. Every Instagram live clash felt like peeking into a real street vendetta, and you could see it in their faces. This wasn't entertainment. This wasn't for clout. This was raw hatred on display, and it was getting more dangerous with every single exchange.
East side fire, non-motivated brim, nigga. Play it with your chest, push ass, boy. You know that. You a bitch, bro. And you will not put hands to me, my nigga. Stop acting like you really about this life, bro. I gave you your hit, nigga. I made you, bro. Everything you do, I get a check from you.
So when word spread about Ariella's murder, every hood, every block, every trap house started whispering the same thing. This ain't random. The timing was too clean, the hatred too deep, the history of violence too real. To the streets, it wasn't a coincidence. It was the bloody conclusion of a beef that had been spiraling out of control for years. When we left off, we laid down that bitter foundation, the betrayal, the fights, the women, the disrespect. And now, a woman close to Tekashi was dead. But what happened in the years leading up to it painted an even more disturbing picture of obsession and escalating threats. This wasn't just rap beef, this was street business, and street business usually ends in blood. One of the most chilling examples of Trippie's obsession came during an IG live session in 2019. At the time, people brushed it off as internet talk. But looking back now, those words hit different. They sound like blueprints for violence.
Oh no, we definitely got footage at this nigga mom crib. She live in building 18 out here.
Trippie flat out admitted he'd been watching Tekashi's mom, documenting where she lived, then bragging about it online like it was a flex. Let that sink in. He wasn't just talking about Tekashi anymore. He was dragging family into the line of fire. That's not beef. That's criminal stalking. That's how people end up in body bags. And it didn't stop there. In the same live, Trippie dropped a bombshell, claiming he hacked into 6ix9ine. Think about how twisted that is. This wasn't just trolling, this was cyberstalking. That level of digital surveillance shows planning, shows premeditation. And when you connect that with Ariella's murder, it's terrifying.
Building 18 out here, you Lucas. And if you try me again, cause you know I'm hacking that phone that I got, right? I'm in that bitch. It's over.
We know.
I'ma know everything.
The niggas right.
I'ma know all that.
It got sicker. Trippie described pulling up to Tekashi's mom's crib with straps, blasting gummo, and rolling deep with shooters. These weren't casual threats. These were detailed confessions of armed intimidation happening in real time. The implications are chilling. Trippie wasn't just threatening to touch Tekashi's family, he was basically confessing to it live, using music as psychological warfare and even recording the whole thing. Imagine blasting a man's own hit song outside his mom's house while waving straps in the air. That's twisted mind games at the highest level. And the craziest part, this wasn't hidden in some back alley. He was broadcasting it. He wanted the world to know. That's how obsessed, how consumed, and how reckless this beef had gotten. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because in the next part, I'm breaking down how Tekashi's own testimony in court exposed his hand in violent retaliation, and how both men were proving they'd take this war to deadly levels. When 6ix9ine got out the pen in April 2020, he wasted no time trolling Trippie again. The psychological warfare between these two wasn't just music, it was mind games that kept getting darker. Every Instagram live clash felt like a street vendetta. This wasn't entertainment. This wasn't clout. This was raw hatred getting more dangerous with every exchange.
What a lot of that, B. What a lot of that, son. We in Brooklyn. I pulled up to this mama crib last night and bumped gum on, nigga. I pulled up to this, hey, you know that address he was trying to give y'all in his interviews? I pulled up to this mama crib and bumped gum on with the straps out, blowing big dope.
Don't think you don't got footage, you just ain't stupid.
So when word spread about Ariella's murder, the streets instantly whispered, "This ain't random." The timing was too sharp, the history too violent. To the hood, it looked like the bloody climax of years of beef. One of the most chilling examples of Trippie's obsession came during a 2019 IG Live. At the time, people brushed it off as internet talk. Looking back now, it sounds like blueprints for violence.
Hold on, wait. Can I talk to... Wait. Can I talk to Alex real quick? I just want to know why.
Trippie admitted he'd been watching Tekashi's mom, documenting where she lived, then bragging about it online. That's not beef, that's stalking. That's criminal. And he didn't stop there. In the same live, he claimed he hacked 6ix9ine. It got even sicker. Trippie described pulling up to Tekashi's mom's crib with straps, blasting gummo, rolling with shooters. These weren't vague threats. These were detailed confessions of armed intimidation.
I just want to know why.
You said what? You said why?
I just want to know why. Why? Like, why?
Because I'm hurt. Because I'm hurt. And I got with a real nigga.
The implications were chilling. Imagine blasting a man's own hit song outside his mom's house while waving straps. That's twisted psychological warfare. And the craziest part, he bragged about it live. He wanted the world to know. That's how consumed this beef had gotten. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What sorts of things did 9 members do?
I'm sorry?
What sorts of things did 9 members do?
We participated in a lot of, violent crimes, robberies, assaults, drugs, sorts of that nature.
Mr. Hernandez, do you recognize anyone in the courtroom who was a member of 9 when you were a member?
Yes.
But maybe the darkest part of Trippie's behavior wasn't just the threats. It was how much he seemed to enjoy it. He got off on the psychological torture, dangling threats of exposing Tekashi with compromising and humiliating content. It wasn't just beef anymore, it was a twisted game of humiliation. Each post, each video made it clearer. Trippie was becoming more obsessed, more reckless, and more dangerous by the day. That type of planning, the premeditation, the obsession, it's exactly the kind of mindset that ends with bullets flying in the streets. And Tekashi, he wasn't innocent in this war either. His own actions fueled the fire. In his 2019 federal trial, Tekashi admitted under oath that he had ordered the November 2017 attack on Trippie. This wasn't gossip, it wasn't blogs, it was his own confession in open court. Tekashi testified that he tapped his 9 Bloods connections to have Trippie followed from a video shoot to his hotel, where Anthony Harv Ellison stepped up and socked him in the mouth. That moment showed everything. Their threats weren't empty. Both men had the resources and the rage to make things real. Tekashi had already proven he'd order hits. Trippie had already proven he'd stalk family and plan retaliation. This wasn't rap beef. This was obsession on steroids. Their Instagram live battles made it even clearer. Those confrontations dragged on for hours, with both sides spiraling into more extreme threats. Fans laughed at the technical glitches. Even Complex clowned them as corny moments in rap beef history. But behind the buffering screens and audio fails was something sinister. Their inability to let it go. 2 men so obsessed with destroying each other, they kept pressing live even when no one could hear. Then came the women, fuel on an already raging fire. When Tekashi started flaunting Trippie's ex, Alick, it wasn't about love, it was warfare. He was using intimacy like ammunition, designed to break Trippie mentally and emotionally. That wasn't just messy drama, it was psychological warfare of the cruelest kind. The fact that both men dragged innocent women into their feud showed how far gone it was. They weren't just targeting each other anymore, they were targeting anyone close. And that's the exact pattern that helps explain what happened to Ariella. And let's not forget, Trippie had a history that proved he wasn't all talk. In June 2018, he got arrested in Atlanta for aggravated assault and battery after allegedly pistol whipping a woman during a heated dispute. Police even documented the knot on her head, giving them grounds to charge him. And it wasn't a one-off. In May that same year, Trippie was booked again after a violent altercation with rapper FDM Grady. Reports said it started because Trippie and his man Lil Wop disrespected Grady's girl, sparking another fight. Again, the same pattern, disrespect involving women leading to violence. The street record was crystal clear. Trippie had a history of using violence, especially when it came to women or respect. Mix that with his threats against Tekashi's family, his obsession, his surveillance, you had a perfect storm. As August 2025 approached, this wasn't rap beef anymore. It was a time bomb. Trippie's stalking, Tekashi's retaliation, the women dragged in, and their obsession with humiliating each other created a cycle that could only end in blood. And when Ariella was found dead, it felt like the tragic conclusion everyone feared, but no one stopped. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because next we're diving into the chilling theories investigators are still exploring. Was Ariella targeted because of her ties to Tekashi, or did Trippie's obsession finally reach its deadliest level? He got detained briefly, processed at the Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center, and released on just a $150 bond. That alone shows you it wasn't some grand escape from justice, just another bump in the road. The arrest messed up his travel plans to perform at the Liz Ardent Music Festival in Belgium on July 5th, 2025. Trippie tried to laugh it off. Under a DJ Academics post, he joked was going to pick up 600K BTW, 2 shows, SMH, that's Lil Thao, and my bond was 150 LMAO. But the Channel 6 News played my song. I made $750 off that. It was classic Trippie, downplaying the seriousness while flexing about money. But fans weren't fooled. It showed a man juggling chaos, not someone running from the feds for murder. And it came right after a major life change. On June 16th, 2025, Trippie and Coi Leray welcomed their daughter, Mio. The couple's roller coaster history, public breakups, messy reconciliations, and constant cheating allegations added another layer of drama. By all accounts, his life in 2025 was tied up with parenting struggles, minor arrests, and relationship scandals, not orchestrating international hits. So what does this all mean? What's the real takeaway from this devastating street story? The truth is simple and heartbreaking. Ella Mejia Polanco was brutally murdered in cold blood, and someone has to answer for it. She wasn't just an influencer with 550,000 followers. She wasn't just linked to Tekashi and Cardi B. She was a daughter, a friend, a woman whose energy lit up New York's nightlife scene. Her death ripped through a community that loved her. And here's the most chilling part. This case proves rap beefs don't always stay on wax. 6ix9ine went live admitting to surveillance and threats against Tekashi's family. These weren't just rhymes, they were blueprints for bloodshed. Entertainment blurred into real-life crime, and Ariella paid the price. The investigation into her murder is still active. Police reportedly question Nata Cartier, a suspected gang leader tied to Operation Mayweather, but so far, no charges. Online chatter suggests Ariella may have been sprayed because she was providing information, or maybe she was collateral damage in a hit aimed at Cartier. But right now, those are just street rumors, nothing confirmed. One thing's for sure, Ariella's death exposed just how deadly this culture of beef and clout chasing can get. What started as trolling and IG lives spiraled into real blood on the pavement. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you on the next one.